The royal family has finally spoken, and the truth about Prince William is far more tragic than anyone imagined. For weeks, whispers circled the palace, strange silences filled public events, and now the heartbreaking reason has been revealed. The man once known for his calm and courage is facing something no crown can protect him from. This has shaken him deeply, insiders said softly. Behind the golden gates, something has changed forever. Can the future king survive what comes next? Or is this a turning point that could change the monarchy forever? The sky above Windsor Castle was a dull, heavy grey. Mist curled low over the gardens, snaking around gates as if guarding a secret. Inside, the castle was eerily still. No bells rang, no laughter echoed. Time itself seemed to pause. Outside, a small crowd gathered. Reporters shivered in the cold, their eyes glued to the long driveway. At 7 a.m., a black car appeared, tires crunching over gravel. Out stepped Princess Catherine, neat and simple, but drained. No wave, no smile, only distant eyes. She paused, trembling at the door, before slipping inside. The car disappeared into fog, and the silence that followed screamed louder than any statement. The tension was palpable. Palace staff whispered in corridors. Reporters scribbled notes furiously. Citizens watched live streams and social media updates, desperate for answers. Every moment without news only intensified the growing anxiety. Inside, the royal children noticed something was wrong. George frowned. But why? Charlotte asked quietly. Louis, too young to understand, kept asking, "Where's Daddy gone?" The nanny gave soft answers, words meant to shield them, but the worry lingered. The truth sat heavy in the air. Prince William hadn't been seen in days. His last public appearance, a charity event, had left whispers of concern. Pale, distracted, he had pressed his hand to his forehead and quietly left the stage. The silence now spoke louder than any official explanation. The palace was no longer just a building of tradition. It had become a place of fear, hope, and fragile patience. Catherine walked the palace halls, heels clicking against marble. She paused outside the king's study. Inside, Charles sat by the window, hands clasped, head bowed. "Thank you for handling this," he murmured. Catherine sat quietly. "The children are at home," she whispered. "They're too young to understand," he replied. A pause. Outside, a bird call, then fell silent. They faced a private storm, hidden from the world. Staff prepared statements, words carefully measured, or knowing any slip would be scrutinized. "This will change everything," one aide whispered. Every movement, every glance was watched by hundreds of eyes, both inside the palace and across the globe. The world had never seen royalty so vulnerable. At 4 p.m., a royal spokesperson emerged. The royal family requests privacy as they deal with a personal matter involving the Prince of Wales. Simple words, heavy impact. Outside, the crowd went silent. Rain fell over the courtyard. Cameras clicked. Reporters whispered. Questions lingered unanswered. The nation held its breath. Social media exploded with speculation, trending hashtags like Near Prince William, Royal Crisis, and Windsor Silence. This was no ordinary story. The world felt the weight of a palace shaken, a family tested, and a future king whose life seemed suddenly fragile. Catherine visited William daily. Machines hummed softly, marking the fragile rhythm of life. She held his hand, whispered memories, spoke of gardens and butterflies. The laughter of children long past. "Pardon? Keep him in your hearts," she whispered to the cameras once. "Faint and fragile. He needs it." Inside his room, love and hope replaced royal duty. Every small movement, every shallow breath became monumental. The weight of the crown had never felt so fragile. Harry arrived, pale from travel, standing quietly beside his father. "I came as soon as I heard," he said. Charles nodded. Silence spoke volumes. The prince had pushed himself too far, and now he was under medical observation. The brothers reunited, words soft, apologies unspoken, tears held back. "He's fighting," Catherine whispered. The walls of Sandringham felt heavy, but love lingered, quiet and persistent, across Britain. Candles lit the night, flowers, letters, toys, drawings, symbols of hope for a prince who was more than a title. Even Harry and Meghan reached across the ocean with a short, heartfelt message. "Our thoughts are with William." Catherine and the entire family, every headline, every whisper, every silent prayer united a nation. Social media buzzed with messages of hope, encouragement, and prayers for recovery. Royal recovery and Yeostak hope for William began trending worldwide. The small signs came first, a twitch of fingers, a flutter of eyelids. Catherine's breath caught. Could this be real? Then, finally, his eyes opened, dazed, tired but alive. A faint smile trembled on his lips. The room, heavy with worry, lifted in that instant. Doctors rushed in, machines beeped, but for Catherine, the world had already changed. Hope returned, fragile but unmistakable. The palace exhaled collectively, from family to staff to citizens across the globe. The next morning, William walked the palace gardens, Catherine beside him, guiding, anchoring, his steps careful, movements cautious, but a glow returned to his face. Memories of Diana filled the space. Gardens, laughter, lessons of love and kindness. He paused at a small tree, planted long ago, kneeling gently. "I'm still here, Mom," he whispered, voice breaking with emotion. Catherine knelt beside him. No words were needed. Silence carried the weight of survival, memory and love. Through the garden path, they moved slowly, savoring each step, each breath. William reflected on duty, family, and life, realizing moments mattered more than appearances. "You never left my side," he said softly. "And you," she replied. "We'll keep life simple, honest, just real." The sun rose over Windsor Garden, golden and tender. Across Britain, from villages to bustling cities, hope radiated. The prince was alive, recovery was underway, and in that quiet garden, the miracle of survival unfolded. "You've grown," he whispered to the tree, "and so have I." This wasn't just a story of royalty, it was a story of humanity, love and resilience. A nation watched, a family prayed, and through it all, Prince William returned. Not as a symbol, but as a son, a husband, a father, and a man who fought to see another morning. Social media exploded with trending hashtags. Prince William alive, Royal Hope, as Catherine and William. Every post, every video clip, every headline fueled a sense of unity, hope, and admiration for the family. But the question remains, what lessons will the royal family take from this crisis? How will this moment shape the future king, his children, and the monarchy itself? One thing is clear, life, love, and family will always matter more than titles or crowns. Stay tuned as we follow every update from Windsor Castle, uncover untold stories, and reveal exclusive insights from those closest to the royal family.